I tried asking nicely. This is a 1929 International M 1.5 horsepower engine. And, well, it's flying right now because I'm changing the fuel tank. I've got an updated one that came from Flywheel Supply right here. They actually have these nice poly tanks. Direct bolt-in, complete reproduction of the factory 10 tank, but you don't have to worry about it rusting. So anyways, yeah, this is for a buddy of mine. He's letting me repair it for him. I'm going to do this. I'm also going to put a tune-up kit in the magneto and send it back to him, get everything running, because I mean it hasn't had an operating fuel system in quite a long time. The fuel tank that came out of it is junk, so I'm stripping the fittings out of it right now, and so yeah, this is the factory tank, and I mean it's just rotted. I had to pull some fittings out of it, which I still have one to go, this top T fitting here. But yeah, it just started falling apart when I started putting pipe wrenches on it to get the fittings out. This one I actually had to slice the filler neck fitting. So yeah, let's get that top piece out and then we can throw the rest of this in the scrap bin. All right, let's get it to where I can get to this top. Good God, like this thing is doing. Let me go throw all this rust away. Yeah, that's all rust that came out of the tank. And I mean, you can see the bottom here, like it just folded up like nothing. There's nothing left of this tank. All right, so I'm probably gonna have to cut this top off to get it, or at least slit it, rather than just keep ripping steel. Let's see how I can do this. Okay. I think I'll come in right here with my grinder and cut it. And look, this tank hasn't had fuel in it in a few decades,
so I'm not too worried about fire or anything like that.
Let's see. Yeah, and I will say it does look like it may have been rotten anyways. But yeah. That's me. That's on me. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to pull this out and solder a new pickup tube. Great. Well, I guess that shoots us in the foot for today. I was hoping to get this tank done. Well, we can get rid of that dude. It was, oh, chunk of tank. Shoot. And of course I need this fitting to even mount the new tank. Ah, shoot. Alright, well, I guess I will pick up and I will see y'all tomorrow. And we will carry on from here. Maybe tonight I'll go ahead and solder a new tube in here, because that's about all I can do. You can see right there. I think if I just heat it up, I can pull this old one out, cut me a new length, solder it, stick it in there, solder it in, and it should be good to go. Hopefully I can get that done tonight, and then maybe tomorrow we can jump back on this, lift it back up, and finish this job. Well, till then. We meet again, and once again, the M's flying. Well, got new fittings yesterday, and I also fixed that T fitting. So let's see what I did. On the back of my service truck, which is very dirty. The last job site I went to had a very dusty road. So there's that fitting I cut the dip tube off of yesterday. Put a new tube in, soldered it, good to go. I can put it in the new tank. Cleaned up all my other fittings. There was 2 pipes in there that I did not want to reuse. They were in pretty rough shape, so I went ahead and bought new. Got the grease cup stripped off of it. I'm going to fill those while I'm at it. But let's see what we got. The first order of business, get the cheapest possible roll of Teflon tape. I didn't have any in my truck. It's sitting at the shop, so I went ahead and just bought a roll while I was at Lowe's. We're going to get this T-fitting in there. So, when you're wrapping Teflon, and this is a pet peeve of mine, Teflon tape only goes on fittings, NPT fittings. It doesn't go on flare fittings. It doesn't go on compression fittings. It doesn't go anywhere other than tapered thread. If you have to put it on something like that, something is wrong, and it's not going to work. So anyways, and you always, the way I remember to do how to do it is you turn the fitting as if you're tightening it as you put the tape on. So we're going to give this thing a couple of wraps here. I'm going to put it a little heavy because I know this T-fitting has to fit in a certain orientation. So we'll do like that. Slide it in the tank. Ooh, my bumper is disgusting. All right, let's see. There we go. Yeah, so it sits in the engine like that. So you have an 1/8 inch side and a 1/4 inch side. So it has to sit in a certain orientation. So the 1/8 inch side has to go 180 degrees. So we're going to do like that. That looks about straight. Okay. Put a couple more fittings in here. Let's see. You can only put so many in while the tank is still out. The rest of them have to be screwed in with the tank in place. So this is going to be for the filler. Okay. Okay. And let's go ahead and wrap this end of it. All right. All right, now let's mount the tank. All right. Come on. There we go. That tank from Hit and Miss, I'm sorry, not Hit and Miss, Flywheel Supply really does fit nicely. Okay. Okay, she's in there good and tight. Okay. Now, let's see, let me back you guys up. All right. Put the fuel neck fitting on here. Channel locks. Let's see. Gotta make sure I get it in the right spot. Oh, it went under the, that's right. It goes under the push rod. Okay. Something like that, I think is how it went. Yeah, that's about right. Yes, I'm gonna put Teflon on this. I just want to see how it lines up. Okay. And then this is my fuel return, or my overflow pipe. That goes there. I gotta put that front bolt in the fuel tank. Should I try for another wrap? Yeah. Because the minute someone puts a gas nozzle in there, it's gonna wanna fall down, and then it's gonna leak and everything else. So let's go one more round. See if we can get another round out of it. Obviously gonna have to touch up some paint after this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good and tight. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. Get this started. I know I'm probably putting my head all in front of the damn camera. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm just getting used to this YouTube thing. Well, I'm getting used to it with reasonable, putting videos out that actually have some decent quality. Okay. Let's see. That might, oh, that was the wrench I needed. That cross-threading? Yeah, it looks like it. Thing is, this has all been disconnected for so long. So, I think what happened here, someone had went through and restored this engine, obviously. Got it running, and the original fuel pump went, broke. Because I've still got it in pieces. And when that happened, whoever owned it went ahead and bought a repop fuel pump and put it on. Well, they never got much past there. There we go. They never got much past doing that. They put some random lines on. I don't know what they were doing there. But they never really hooked it up, I guess because the original fuel tank was just in such bad shape. So they ended up selling the engine to my buddy. So my buddy got it with the fuel pump mounted but not hooked up, and with a rotten fuel tank. Okay, and let's tighten that dude up. So this is actually I want to say nearly zero pressure fuel system. So what happens is, your fuel pump here takes fuel from your tank, pumps it up through this line into your carb, and this line on your carb is a standpipe. There's a standpipe up toward the top right here that the fuel, basically, it fills the bowl and it just spills over and runs back into the tank. So it just circulates the fuel. It's very ingenious. I mean, it's very simple, easy to work on. That was the whole idea behind these engines, is just make them easy to work on and service. Because, I mean, 1929, gas engines were still a relatively new thing. So not many people knew how to work on them, and a lot of these engines went to rural y'all know what I mean, areas. And, well, you didn't have a bunch of mechanics or anything like that. So, I mean, these farmers had to figure out how to work on these things. So they tried to make them as simple and rugged as possible. You know, back when companies cared about consumers. Let's see. I hate to use these big old channel locks. There we go. Ooh, kind of garbled that up. All right, let's see what I can do here. That's a tricky one to get on without screwing it up. Let's see. Let's see if I can get back here with it. There we go. Let's see if I can. That works. Well, this ain't even tight, so let me pull that out of the way. Shoot, we're making good progress here. I better shut up before something breaks. Damn it. Let's see. Come on. I just gotta do 180 degrees. Let's see here. Okay. That looks good. Let's hook that dude up. So there's our fuel inlet. Tighten that down. Okay. All right. Go ahead and Teflon our fill pipe. And you see, I'd be amiss if I told you I knew exactly, but so you could also get this 1.5 M as a dual fuel engine. A lot of older hit and miss engines, like, or say hit and miss, this is not a hit and miss. It's like a throttle governed engine. People will call them a hit and miss engine. Anyways, I digress. So you could get these to run on kerosene as well. This one's not set up. It's only got one needle valve on the carburetor. So the kerosene model would have 3 needle valves on here. You'd have one for gasoline to start it, which you'd fill a separate chamber. The carburetor's a little bit bigger on a kerosene one. You'd fill the carburetor with gasoline to start it up. And you'd run it through that, damn. Give me a second here. Okay, that should still. You'd run it through that bowl, preferably under a load to get it warmed up. And then once it warms up, you close your gasoline valve off, and then you open up your kerosene valve. Once the engine's warm, it'll burn kerosene just fine. The compression's low enough. And your third needle on here would take a little bit of water from your water hopper and inject it with the kerosene to keep spark knock down. And the bigger ones, the bigger 3, 6, 10 horse M's, they all came with that option. I think the 1.5 was the only one you could get straight gasoline, which this one is. All right, let's see. That looks all good. Okay, on the other side of the engine here, I've got a vent pipe I need to put on and a drain. Oop. All right, let's see. Got the vent pipe. See a little hole in it. Yep. Come on. Find your home. Too good for your home? Come on, get back in there. Really? Damn it. There we go. All right. I'm gonna say that's good enough. Okay. Let's grab this pipe. In a perfect world, if I had a nice little brass quarter turn valve, I'd put that on here to drain the tank. But I do not have one, so it's just going to get the little pipe cap it had before. Which is in my shop. Wonderful. Give me a minute. All right, pipe cap's on, tank's done. Let's go ahead and set her back down on the cart. There we go. Okay. Get that out of the way. So I have to sit here and bore y'all with a picking up a crane. All right, we're gonna put some fuel in this dude and see if this thing is pumping. Okay. Lovely government approved gas can. Boy, it's just the same sauce as the damn hole. No whammies, no whammies, no leaks, please. Oh, it's full. It's full. And that was like $16 in gas I spilled. Okay. Well, I wanted to fill it all the way up. That way I made absolutely sure I didn't have a leak. Especially because it's not my engine. And when I send it home, I want to make sure I won't get a phone call. Let's put the oiler back on. I'd taken it off so the crane wouldn't whack it and break it. All right. Now, it's got a fuel pump priming lever down here. So let's see if I can pump some fuel. Come on. I hear something. Oop. Okay, we got a leak there. Let's see, did I tighten that all the way up? 5/8. Give it a little bit more. See, I'm seeing a little bit in the carb. Come on. Here's the thing. I think it's that fuel pump. I mean, that fuel pump's brand new, so it's got to get the seals in it and everything have to get wet. So let's see. Also, this leak is not helping our case any. See if I can tighten that up without. All right. Come on. It's got a little bit in the carb. Let's see if that's enough for it to fire. Oh, yeah, it's got some gas in it now. Mag's on start too. Oh, no, it's not. All right, let's see. Come on. Okay. Run her back to start. I think that new fuel pump ain't pumping. I'll be back in a minute. Well, after a considerable amount of time and figuring out that brand new fuel pump, no, this keeps backing off. That brand new fuel pump was missing a check ball. Thankfully, I had pieces of the old one and had check ball in it, so I was able to grab that and put it in here. Now it's pumping fuel great. And the spark advance lever, it seems to be trying to pick itself back up. But, oh, she's running good. I've had it running now for about 10 minutes. Filled up the grease cups, checked the oiler. Let me grab you guys off the tripod. And you can see, if you look down in here, you can see the fuel in there, and there's a little wall on this side. That little wall is where that other fitting goes, and that's the overflow. But yeah. Oh, and the governor weights were set up backwards, so it was holding the governor closed. That really wasn't helping matters. But yeah, she seems to be running really good now. So, I'm gonna give this thing a little bit of a cleaning. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the magneto. I was gonna do it just cause, but man, it's got good hot spark, so I'm not screwing with it. I'm gonna let the owner know and bring his engine back to him. See y'all later.